Today is May 3rd, 2025, and this is your daily Half-Life 3 update. There is no news about Half-Life 3, so I gotta try and figure out a way to do this without, having to, every single update, having to put, a disclaimer that says, yeah, the rumor is that it's going to be announced. Because, I feel like if I don't mention that there's a rumor that it's going to be announced this summer, that every time I do an update, someone in the comments will be like, well, there's news you didn't talk about. No, there's not news. Nothing's changed since yesterday when I talked about the rumor that it was going to be announced in this upcoming summer. Now, that being said, something else I wanted to talk about, and this is going to be a little bit of a rant. It's just something that annoyed me. Something that'll happen when you're talking about a movie or a TV show, and you might be criticizing that a little bit, pointing out, plot holes or things that don't make sense. Someone will always go, it's fictional. That's not an excuse. Things that are fictional still have to make sense. Okay? When you create a fictional story, you are creating a whole fictional world, and that fictional world has to have rules, right? Now, this fictional world and these rules within this world, it may be very different to our world and our rules. Okay? But things that happen in that world still need to make sense within that world. Okay? For example, if there was an AK-47 in Lord of the Rings, that wouldn't make sense. Yes, Lord of the Rings is fictional, but guns being in Lord of the Rings doesn't make sense within the rules and world established from Lord of the Rings. Wouldn't make sense to see a McDonald's in Star Wars. That wouldn't make sense. A lot of times these fictional worlds you're creating will be very similar to this one. Take a movie like Taken. Liam Neeson's daughter gets kidnapped all the time. Whatever. I haven't actually even seen these movies. This is a fictional story, but it's still based heavily within our world. So yes, it's fictional, but it still needs to make somewhat sense. Okay, if they came out with a new Taken movie and there was a talking dog in it, I would say, hey, that doesn't make sense. You can't use it's fictional as just an excuse to excuse away bad writing or bad storytelling. Fictional stories can still make sense and are supposed to make sense. I don't know. It's annoying. Anyway. And that has been your daily Half-Life 3 update for May 3rd, 2025.